everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this year's Nordstrom Anniversary Sale is starting very soon. I actually think it's starting earlier than usual this year, and the preview of all the sale items is already up on Nordstrom's website. I'll have a link to that in the description box down below for you guys. So if you're not familiar with this Nordstrom Anniversary Sale, it's basically a once-a-year event where Nordstrom releases a bunch of fall merchandise right here now in July. And yes, I know summer has just started, but basically it's a very special sale because Nordstrom releases all these fall items and they actually mark it down before the season even starts, instead of what a lot of other companies do, which is mark down the items at the end of the season. So this is very unique, and I really look forward to shopping the sale every single year because I buy so much from the sale at such a great discount. So what I'm going to do in today's video is give you guys the details and dates to shop the sale, as well as some pointers and tips of how to really get everything that's on your wish list. And I'm going to also share my recommendations of what to pick up from the sale, as well as what I'll be purchasing myself. I'm going to go through everything in the order of clothing, shoes, handbags and accessories, beauty items, and then the home category. And I'll leave timestamps for every category in the description box down below too. So yeah, let's get into this video. So I wanted to let you guys know the key dates of the sale first, and there's 5 important dates to remember. So for this sale, Nordstrom actually allows their card holders to start shopping before the general public, and the highest tier of card holders, which they call icons, can start shopping on July 6th. And then on July 7th, it's open to the next tier of card holders, which are the ambassadors. And then on July 9th is when the sale opens to the remainder of the card holders, which is the influencer tier. And then after close to a week from then, which is on July 15th, that's when the sale opens to the general public. And the sale will end on July 31st. So after July 31st, all these items will go back to full price. And for each of those tiers that I just mentioned, the sale will start for those tiers on midnight Eastern time on those dates. So for example, the icon tier can start shopping at midnight Eastern time on July 6th. So if you live on the West Coast, that will actually be 9 p.m. on the date prior to that. So yeah, those are the important dates to remember. And next I want to talk about some of the tips that have really worked for me shopping the sale in prior years. I think I've been shopping the sale since 2014. I think 2014 was the year that I stumbled across the sale because I happened to be at Nordstrom during the sale period. And yeah, that was the year that I actually signed up for a Nordstrom card because that was during like the early access period. So yeah, I've kind of picked up a few tips along the way. And I think the most important thing is if you happen to find something during the sale and it's no longer available in your size, you should still save it to your wish list. Just add it in a different size and then save it to your wish list, and you can use that to kind of like refer back to the item, because otherwise if an item is sold out, you actually can't find it on their website anymore. But if you have it saved in your wish list, you can then click on it, and if it's sold out, it'll say it's sold out. But then if it happens to restock, you know, someone returns the item or whatnot, then it'll reappear like that. And then the second tip is to basically prioritize the things you want to get. So basically what I usually do is like at the start of the sale for my tier, which this year I'm actually an influencer tier, so that's just the kind of like lowest tier of card holders, so I won't be able to shop until the 9th. But basically what I do is I prioritize the items that I want to get, and once I am able to shop the sale, I basically just add all those items to my cart and then I hit checkout. So at least the ones that I really want to get, I will most likely be able to get my hands on them. There are still some items that I'm not able to get because they've sold out already in the prior tiers of cardholder shopping. But at least that way, you know, I kind of like get a head start in a way. And then to add to that, the next tip is pay for the expedited shipping. And I am not the type of person that likes paying for shipping. Usually I'm the type of person that would add a little bit more to my cart just to get the free shipping option, but this is the exception to that. And I can say with 100% certainty that I will definitely be paying for expedited shipping this year too, because basically they prioritize your order because they kind of have a timeline to meet if you pay for expedited shipping. So whereas, you know, like some people can place an order for items that they're able to check out with, but as it kind of like sells out, and sometimes they're picking items from stores, so it's hard to predict the inventory like that. So if you don't pay for expedited shipping, the chances of you not getting your items will be higher. And if you pay for expedited shipping, you're basically bumped to the front of the queue in a way. So this is something that I do every single year, and I apply it to the big order that I place at the very beginning. Like everything that I prioritize, I pay for with expedited shipping, and it's not that bad of a price. I believe it's only $20 for expedited shipping. And I've noticed in my past orders, all the items that I've purchased with the expedited shipping, I've been able to get. It's the ones that I kind of like place a little bit later on if I find extra items to buy or whatnot. Those are the ones that I get cancellation emails for, so that's a very, very important tip. And lastly, I wanted to let you guys know that yes, this is a sale that Nordstrom is running at the beginning of the season, and I did mention that things do go back to full price after July 31st, but then a few weeks later or like a month or two later, Nordstrom will eventually reduce the prices on these same items further than it is for this anniversary sale. It's just a matter of, if the items that you want will still be available by then or not. So if there is something that you're not completely sure about, you don't have to buy it right now. You can wait, and there is a chance that it might be cheaper later in the season. Okay, now with that out of the way, I'm going to move on to probably what I think is the more exciting part of the video, which is the recommendations. And I'm going to refer to everything on my phone. I have everything listed on here, and I'm going to kind of like speed through these because there is a lot that I want to get through. And I will link everything that I mentioned in the description box down below so you can shop everything easier. So I'm going to start with the women's clothing first. So the first category I have here is tops. And the first one I want to mention is actually one that I'm wearing right now. It's the one dot steak pin tuck cami. And last year I bought this one in black, and I bought another one that was in a white color. And I love both of them, but the white one I actually had to return because there was a stain on it, and I never got a chance to purchase that again. Well, I kind of like forgot about it in a way, but then at the point that I remembered, I was like, okay, let me just see if it's available for next year's sale. So this year I will definitely be getting the white one. I really love this cami. It's kind of like a simple cami, but it does have that kind of like pin tuck detail around the neckline, so it's a little bit more unique. And the other cami that I want to mention is from Halogen. It's their racerback lace cami, and once again, it's just a very simple piece, but it does have that lace detail on it. And camis are such a wardrobe essential for me, and I think everyone else too. So I think that these are definitely great options. And the other, well, it's actually 4 more items in my tops category. They're actually all in the same pattern. So I just really love this pattern. I wanted to give you guys options for different styles of tops to get with this pattern. So it's kind of like this mixed floral pattern, and it's from the brand One Dot State again. So they have a bunch. They have this halter neck one, which is probably the one that I'm going to be getting for myself. And then they have another one that has this like ruffle neck detail and some like kind of like fluttery sleeves. And then they have one that has this pin tuck front detail. And then another one they have is this one with like this tie neck detail that is actually the long sleeve option of the 4 that I mentioned. And then the next category is the sweaters and cardigans category. So the first one is actually like a tank and cardigan set. It's from BP, and it's their cable knit tank and cardigan set. So that one I'm thinking of purchasing myself in white. And then for a few other sweaters, there's the French Connection sleeveless sweater that is kind of like a mock neck. That one I'm thinking of getting in both colors, the camel as well as the black. And then the next 2 are a little bit more expensive. They're from All Saints. So the first one is this kind of like asymmetric sweater. It's a mock neck also, and this was something that was also available in last year's sale, but Like I mentioned, if you don't use the expedited shipping, there is a chance your order is going to get canceled. And that's what happened when I tried to get this sweater last year. My order got canceled, and throughout the sale, I was never able to spot it back in stock again. So this year I'm going to try again. They have it in 4 colors, and honestly, I love all 4 of them. So I would get one of each if I'm able to. And the other sweater from All Saints is this crew neck sweater that I think is supposed to be kind of like an abstract animal print, but to me it just looks like clouds because it is kind of like a white and blue thing. That's probably the piece that I am the most interested in and I'm the most excited to get. And then I wanted to share a few other kind of like more affordable sweaters and cardigans with you guys. So the next 2 are both from Treasure and Bond. So there is a turtleneck sweater and then there's also this crew neck sweater. And both of them have a bunch of different colors available too. So there's kind of like something for everyone. And then for a cardigan pick, there's one from Caslon that I think looks really nice. I really love how there's this kind of like thick ribbed look to the sleeves as well as the bottom of the cardigan. And the last thing in this category is a little bit more casual. It's from Topshop and it's the polo sweater, and I really love it in the light purple lilac lavender color. I've been really loving that color so much recently, and this sweater is just calling out to me. So that's the last of my picks in the sweaters and cardigan category. And next I want to talk about dresses. So I actually don't have that many dresses that I would recommend. I don't know, a lot of them are just like floral dresses, like fall floral dresses, and maybe it's because we're in summer right now, but those colors of flowers just don't really speak to me. And I feel like those are the types of pieces that you can definitely expect to go on sale like a few months down the line or something. So I really wanted to focus on the ones that I would personally pay the current anniversary sale prices for. The first one is from Reese, and it's the cutout midi dress. And cutouts are such a big thing this year, but you know, like a lot of them are not in like places that I want to accentuate in a way, but I really like where the cutouts are on this dress. It's just kind of like around the like higher up on your chest sort of, so it's not anything crazy like around your like stomach area or anything like that, and it is a midi dress, so it's not like very revealing in length or anything. So I really like that dress. And the other 2 are from this brand called Likely, and it's a floral dress. Both of them are actually in the same floral pattern. It's just that one of them is a midi dress and it's like a sleeveless dress, and the second one is a longer sleeve one, and that one is a little bit shorter. It's above the knee. So those are the ones that I really think are worth checking out during the anniversary sale. And then the next category is the pants and jeans category. Now there is mostly jeans in this list, and then there's like 2 pairs of pants I want to mention too. And there are so many pairs of jeans to filter through for this anniversary sale, but I've picked out 4 of them that kind of is a mix of like different types of cuts for jeans. And the first one is from Good American. It's their straight leg jeans. And to me, it looks like a little bit flared at the bottom, not completely straight leg. And yeah, I really love the color of it. I like how, you know, it flares a little bit at the bottom. I also like the raw hem on it. And then the next pair is from Joe's Jeans. It's the ankle skinny jeans. And I have a pair of the same exact style from them, and I really love it. I actually got that style during last year's anniversary sale. It was a little bit of like a medium blue color. This one is darker, and I actually think that this color could work both casually and kind of like a little bit dressier too. So that's the second pair of jeans. The third one is also from Joe's, and this one is a straight leg jean. So this is kind of like more of like a modern style in a way, like more current, but at the same time I still think skinny jeans are like a must-have, especially for fall and winter. So the last pair is very similar to the third pair that I just mentioned from Joe's. This one is from Levi's and it's also a straight leg jean. It's the wedgie cut from Levi's, which is so popular. And the only kind of like nitpicky thing I have to say about this is it's like a button closure. So if you're not a fan of buttoning more than one button on your jeans, don't go for this one. But other than that, it does look really nice. Like it's a really flattering cut on almost anyone, I think. And another thing to keep in mind with these Levi jeans is definitely size up. There's like no stretch to them whatsoever, so definitely do size up on that. And then as for pants, both of the picks that I have are from Spanx. The first one is one that I've owned for quite a few years at this point. It's their skinny ankle pants. It's the one with like the slit in the back, like at the bottom of the leg for the back. And this one is more of like a slimmer cut. It's like more fitted to your body. But if you want something that is a little bit like looser fitting, not like baggy, but like a little looser fitting, there is the straight leg option. Now this one I have not tried before. Personally, I like the more fitted option, so I don't even know if I would try this, but it is made out of the same exact material. And yeah, it just depends on like what cut of pants you like. So moving on to outerwear. I think I'm going through this faster than I thought I could. So outerwear, I have 3 coats on this list. The first one is from Avec les Filles. It's a plaid coat. It's a brown, mostly brown coat with like a black plaid detail on it. I don't know, I just think that, you know, there are parts about this that look very classic, but it also has that like edginess to it that the plaid adds. And I think this would go great with like a brown turtleneck, like a camel colored turtleneck sweater, and then a pair of black jeans or something like that, or even something that is like an all black outfit underneath. I think that would look so chic. So that is a coat that I'm definitely planning on getting. And then the next one is a coat from Ralph Lauren. This one has this kind of like faux leather trim on it. I actually think that the faux leather trim only applies to the black one and not the brown one that they also have available. It's kind of hard to tell from the photos, but the one that I'm interested in is the black one. And then the last one, I do have like somewhat high hopes for it, but I'm not so sure it's going to live up to my expectations. So it is from Halogen. It's their floral jacquard plaid coat. And I have somewhat high hopes for this because I have a few other pieces of clothing. I have a skirt as well as a dress that have this sort of same detailing to it, where you have the plaid pattern as like the background, and then you have some like floral patterns overlaid on top of that. And those pieces that I own look really nice. So that's what first drew me to this coat. But I'm not so sure because the floral on this coat looks a little bit busier, but I still want to see it in person first, so I'm going to purchase this coat on top of the other 2. And also I want to mention that all these 3 coats are lined. I hate when coats aren't lined because they basically don't last you past like the end of September in like the Northeast. And then the last section in the clothing category is loungewear. And everything I have here, they're all pajamas. And they're all Nordstrom pajamas. So the first one is the short pajamas, and this is one that I purchased last year, and I was shocked at how much I loved it. I kind of don't know why I didn't purchase it like way earlier than that. So these I will definitely be buying way more pairs of. And this year they actually have so many new color options, and there's actually like a few that are kind of like lighter pastel color that I am so interested in. The next one is a pair of cropped pajamas. So you get a t-shirt and then kind of like a 3/4 pant length pajama pants. So this I think is new to the sale this year. I haven't seen this in past years. Correct me if I'm wrong about that, but this I am very interested in because sometimes I want like longer pants for my pajamas, but I don't want like a long sleeve top to go with it. So I haven't really been able to find like many sets like that until I saw this one. And yeah, the pants aren't like full length, but I am on the shorter side anyways. I'm 5'4", so I feel like the crop one won't look that cropped on me anyway. So I'm going to pick up at least probably one pair of that just to try it out. And then the last pair is the long pajamas. So as I mentioned, I don't like long sleeve pajama tops, so I won't be personally getting this myself, but this is essentially the long sleeve and pants version of the short pajamas that I really love. It's the same material, so if you like that type of pajamas more, then get the long version. So that is everything in the clothing category, and yeah, that was a lot of it, but as I mentioned, I will leave everything linked down below for you guys so you can see more photos, look at the price, and add them to your wish list. Okay, now moving on to the shoes category, and I know a big thing about the Nordstrom Anniversary Sale is boots, but since we are at the beginning of summer right now, I first wanted to talk about some pairs of sandals that they have, you know, like buy something that you can actually wear right away. So the first pair is a pair of platform sandals from Schutz. And platform sandals are so big this year, and I've been looking for like the perfect pair to buy to wear this summer myself, and I think this one might be it. So it's from Schutz, and it's the Yana platform sandal, and they have it available in two colors. So there's one that's kind of like a very neutral beige, and then one that is like a little bit more out there but not like too crazy out there, that is gold. So this one is definitely one that I'm going to be purchasing for myself. And then they also have another one that is very similar in style. Like it's basically the same exact kind of like front portion, but it's just that this is like a strappy sandal instead of a platform one. So this one is the Dive strappy sandal. And then after that is a pair from BCBG. It's the Just the Sandal. So this one is also very unique. It's kind of like a slip-on, like slide type of thing, but it's a pair of heeled sandals. And this one has a little bit of PVC detail on it, which I feel like PVC is quite a big thing this year. So it has two straps that are PVC, but then on top of that is kind of like these chain straps. So that one is also really nice. And then personally, I am not a fan of wearing mules, like flat mules. I don't think it's the most flattering for my, you know, my legs and my feet and whatnot. But if you are a fan of wearing mules, then Steve Madden has their Fleur pointed toe mule this year, which I think is really, really nice. If only I could wear it myself and look good in it. So basically they're kind of like a tone-on-tone thing. So you get like a leather, and then there is this chain detail on it that is in a matching color. And if you don't like the whole like tone-on-tone metal and leather idea, then they actually have this plaid pair that has this black chain on it, and I think that one looks really nice too. So moving on to the booties and boots, which I have quite a lot of them. I don't plan on getting all of these myself, but just to give you guys a bunch of options. So the first one I want to talk about is the Schutz Sonora booty. Some of these names I'm totally going to butcher, but this one is a heel booty. This is more of like a dressier option. And this one I'm looking to pick up in the kind of like creamy beige color, but honestly, I'm also eyeing the black one too. And the next one is the Blondo Tassel waterproof booty. So this is one that I've owned a very similar pair of in the past. It was so comfortable, and another thing that's great about it is waterproof. So even though it's suede, I found that the suede doesn't get all like gunky if you get it wet. So I think that's a great option. And then the next one is the Steve Madden Chaya booty, and this one is a little bit lower cut on the sides, and this is not something that you would really wear socks with, so it's more for like the early autumn months, maybe like late summer too. And yeah, this is kind of like a more casual style, so if this is kind of like more of your look, then go for this one. And then afterwards, I have the Vince Camuto Trasera knee-high boot on my list. So this one is one that I want in both the white leather as well as the kind of like beige color too. This reminds me a lot of a designer pair of boots, especially the heel. It reminds me of the Giambito Rossi knee-high boots, especially the heel. So it's like a luxury designer look for less type of thing. And then the next pair is a pair of Hunter rain boots. So I actually have this pair of the Hunter original refined rain boot from like a few years ago. I actually didn't buy it as part of the anniversary sale. In like past anniversary sales, the rain boots from Hunter never appealed to me. But the reason that I like this rain boot specifically is it's kind of in the name. It says refined on it. And yes, it definitely does look more refined because it doesn't have that like chunky look of a rain boot. If you look from far away, it maybe can pass as like a regular pair of like riding boots or something like that. And this pair is actually better than the one that I have because the one that I have, it looks exactly the same, but the logo is still like the Hunter logo with like the red lettering on it and the kind of like white-ish background. But on this pair, the logo on it is actually the same color as the boots, so it's like basically not noticeable. And honestly, yes, like rain boots are not meant to be like super stylish or anything, but you know, I still don't want something that looks so obviously like a rain boot. So if you feel the same way, then definitely check this pair out. And the last 3 pairs of shoes that I have on my list are all slippers for wearing at home. And every single year I buy a new pair of UGG slippers just to like swap out the one that I've been wearing for the past year. So from UGG this year, they do have a slipper version as well as a slide version. But I might actually not be buying an UGG pair this year. I mean, I still love these 2 that they have available this year, but they also have one from Minnetonka. It's faux fur instead of like the shearling that the UGG one has. But I just think that the slipper from Minnetonka, I find that it just looks nicer. I like the designs on it much more. I especially love this one that is kind of like in this pinkish grayish plaid design. So I might end up getting the Minnetonka one this year, but I still highly recommend the UGG one. They are so warm, so if you live in a cold climate or if your feet are always cold, then the UGG one, I can say from experience, is a great choice. And yeah, those are all of the shoes that I have to recommend for you guys. Now moving on to the handbag and accessories category. I'm actually going to talk about like a shorter list of handbags on here because I do have a blog post where I share a bunch of handbags that I recommend for the Nordstrom Anniversary Sale. My channel here on YouTube is like pretty heavily handbag focused, and I do like a lot of these videos where I talk about dupes for like luxury designer handbags. So for the blog post, I actually talk about bags from the Nordstrom Anniversary Sale that are great dupes for much more expensive like designer handbags. So I'll have that link for you guys in the description box down below, and I'll also link up here if you want to see the playlist where I talk about handbag dupes. But I just wanted to, like talk about a few that really stood out to me in one way or another from the Nordstrom Anniversary Sale in this video. So the first one is the Longchamp Le Pliage Expandable Tote. So this one is one that is available from the Nordstrom Anniversary Sale. Every single year, it's a bag that I have owned multiple times in the past, just not in the expandable version. And it's so compact, you can like fold it down. And the reason I've never purchased the ones in past Nordstrom Anniversary Sales is because the colors never appealed to me. There were always just like a handful of colors that were either like really dark or very bright. There was like nothing that was sort of in between that I liked. But this year I was so surprised because they have this huge selection of colors for this Longchamp tote. And there's at least 3 of those colors that I really like. So I think this year is the year that I'm going to pick up one of these for myself. And yeah, I highly recommend this tote bag. It's so lightweight, you can like pack it down. It's great for traveling and everything. And then the second one is also from Longchamp. It's the Le Pliage backpack. So this is like a similar type of thing where like you can pack it down and everything. It's very lightweight. So this is for, you know, those of you guys who prefer a backpack instead of like carrying a tote bag. Backpacks are definitely like more comfortable. And for example, if you're going to be sightseeing or if you're going to like a theme park or something, then this backpack would definitely be a really good thing to have. And then the third bag on my list is from Coach. Now, I am 99.9% certain that this is actually what used to be the Coach Cassie bag. So the Coach Cassie bag used to be this really popular Coach bag that a lot of people loved and said was a great dupe for the Louis Vuitton Pochette Métis. And then somewhere along the way, they decided to discontinue it. So I was very surprised when I saw it back for this Nordstrom Anniversary Sale, except they're not calling it the Cassie. It's just like a very generic name. It's just called like a crossbody bag. So they have it in like a Coach canvas pattern, and then they have a black one as well as a reddish orange one. And then the one that is my personal favorite is this color block one that is kind of like an off-white color with these dark brown accents. And I decided to call this category the handbags and accessories category because there is one pair of sunglasses that I wanted to share with you guys that really stood out to me. So for the Nordstrom Anniversary Sale, there are always like an abundance of designer sunglasses that you can get your hands on. All of them look pretty much the same. I mean, they're not like crazy unique, and I think you're really just paying for the designer name. So I didn't want to like recommend like a bunch of them because I wouldn't personally pick them up for myself. But there is a pair from Fendi that really caught my eye because it's kind of like the lenses are pink and it's got like the Fendi FF print kind of like imprinted on there, so it looks really cool. And then you also have like the FF logos on the side, and then at the very back you have these little red hearts on it. So I think that's just really unique, so I decided to add them onto this list. And the thing with the sunglasses on the Nordstrom Anniversary Sale is they sell out so fast, so if you want a pair of them, definitely make that something you prioritize. And now for the beauty category, honestly, there wasn't that much that really wowed me. I feel like every year is kind of like the same old thing. And you know, like for things like lipstick sets and stuff like that, I don't think that they're necessarily great to purchase because you won't necessarily use every single color, and it's really hard to use like a tube of lipstick or something like that to completion anyways. But there still are a few things that I wanted to highlight. So the first is the slip silk scrunchie set. So they have two as part of the sale. One of them is kind of like a darker color scheme, and then the other one is kind of like a funner, brighter one. And I'm not going to purchase both of these for myself, but I'm definitely going to be getting one of the two. And then the next two that I wanted to recommend for you guys are sunscreen sets. So the first one, which is one that I'm going to be definitely getting for myself, is the Supergoop Resetting Powder SPF 35. This is one that I've owned multiple times in years past. And it's like a great thing for you to kind of like retouch your sunscreen on top of makeup. You know, you're not going to be smearing like a lotion sunscreen all over your makeup and like smearing everything, but you should be reapplying sunscreen through the day. So this one, since it is a powder, it's very convenient to both travel with and apply over makeup. And I have really loved it all those times that I've had it. And then after that is another sunscreen set from Supergoop. So this one is a mix of two different sunscreen they offer. There's the Unseen sunscreen and then there's the Play sunscreen, and both of them are SPF 50. And I haven't used the Play sunscreen before, but I have used the Unseen sunscreen in the past. And I have really loved that in the past, but currently I am using more like Korean branded sunscreens. But if you wanted something that was like convenient to get from the US and for a great price, then get this set. And then the last one is something that I mentioned in many videos as a great thing to get in general for hair care, and it's the Olaplex Bond Maintenance Hair Care Set. Now, if you go on the item page and you look at the reviews, they're not great, honestly. People basically have an issue with the pricing of the set. So in years past, it was a better deal for the Nordstrom Anniversary Sale, but this year they raised the price on it. It's still, you do still get kind of like a volume discount because you're buying it as a set, but you just don't get as much of a discount as you do in prior years. So, you know, it's up to you. You're saving $17 on the set. It costs $99, whereas if you were to buy these individual items separately, it would be $116. So you do save $17, which is better than nothing. It's just that you wouldn't save as much as you did in previous years. So take that with a grain of salt. It might potentially be cheaper for holiday sets, but not necessarily true. So yeah, just keep that in mind, and that is everything that I have to recommend for the beauty category. I really wish that there was like much more that I would recommend, but if I'm being honest, this is it. And the last category I wanted to talk about is the home category. Now, I've already talked about PJs and I've already talked about slippers, but this is everything that basically you don't wear directly on your body. So the first thing I want to mention is the Barefoot Dreams throw blankets. So there's two that I want to recommend. One of them is basically your solid color one, and the second one is their kind of like leopard print one. Both of these I think are great options, and I personally have so many of these blankets myself, but I'm still getting another one this year because for the solid color one, they have this gorgeous light purple color, and as you may already notice, there is a trend with me liking everything in this type of color. There's so many colors available for these blankets, so there's definitely something that will match the decor of your home. And I just wanted to mention that for Barefoot Dreams, they do have a few other blankets that are like comparable in prices, but they're not comparable in size. There's at least two of them that I saw, one that's like a floral print one and one that's like this marble pattern. Those are actually smaller blankets, and I feel like those would not be a good size for anyone but kids. So definitely keep that in mind. Pay attention to the size of blanket you get for the price that you pay. And in that same vein, the solid color one does cost less than the leopard print one. But yeah, you do get like a fancier design with the leopard print one. So I guess it's like, it makes sense for that to be a little bit more expensive. And then the next thing on this list are candles. They're actually the same candles, but just in different colors. It's the Capri Blue Volcano Scented Candle. And one of them is in this light blue color jar, and the other one is in a light pink color jar. And I just think that these jars look so pretty. I actually have multiples of these volcano candles at home. I just leave them in the bathroom because they smell so great without even having to burn them. And the last two things on this list for the home category is actually the same thing, but two different variations, and it's basically the smart home diffuser. Now, this just sounds so interesting to me because I love everything that's like smart home related, and there's basically two different versions. One is a collaboration between Pura, which is the company that makes these smart home diffusers, and Capri Blue. So it's that same volcano scent, but like in a diffuser form. So I was reading up about this, and it seems so cool because like you can control it through your phone, and you can select like how intense of a scent you want to diffuse into your home, and like time it and everything like that. So this one is, you get 4 vials of the volcano diffuser scent. And yeah, I just really love that scent, as I mentioned before. So I think it would be nice to, you know, like have it just like plugged into the wall and not have to like burn a candle or something like that. And then the other option is a collab between Pura and Nordstrom. So this one you also get 4 vials, but you actually get 4 different scents. And this one also costs less than the one with Capri Blue. So I'm not sure which of these two I'm going to get for myself. Like, do I want a scent that I know for certain I love, or do I want to have like a variety? I'm not so sure, but I really am so intrigued by the smart home diffuser. And yeah, that is everything in my home category. So that is it for the first video of my Nordstrom Anniversary Sale content, and I just know that this video was a really long one, but I hope it was helpful for you guys. I hope you guys got a lot of ideas of what to pick up from the sale from this video. And if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Leave in a comment down below what you're planning to pick up from the sale. And as I mentioned before, I will be doing a try-on haul in like the upcoming 1 or 2 weeks or so when I have like all my orders delivered to me, and I will like try on all the clothing items that I purchased and kind of like give you guys more like accurate sizing information and if I think it's worth it or not. So definitely subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on that video, and I'll leave 2 other videos on the screen for you guys to watch next. So I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.